Hello, everyone. This is Duran's Healing, and welcome to tonight's Healing Circle. For those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel, where I provide weekly energetic updates for the collective. And as I began to blaze this fire tonight, gather around and contribute your very powerful energy. Whether it be a like, a share, subscribe, or comment below to let me know how these messages are showing up in your world. And with that being said, let's jump right into the stones to see what's going on out here in the cosmos. And the message that's speaking the loudest is coming from your spirit guides, your ancestor team, or your higher team, and is landing in the mineral, meaning the communal part of your energy, and is right next to the mountain stone. Oh, you are indeed monumental. Just like a mountain where people look up to you, and your spirit guides are highlighting that right now. And this is radically important because the message that I'm sensing here is that you are to be seen. You are to be visible in the world around you. And the energies right now are acknowledging that. And this is partly due to this stone here, your platform of power landing itself in the earth and in the mineral. You see, it's very interesting that it's in the earth because there's something grounding you in the paradigm that you live in. And you cannot escape the wrath of being a leader. Your energy exudes it. It embodies it. And the very same message that the initial reading started out here with, being that it is in the mineral, it also suggests that you are a conduit, a messenger between the other world and this world. It's hard for you to denounce leadership when you carry this type of energy surrounding you. People will feel that. People will sense that on the very ground that you walk on. It's even in your walk. There's a certain level of confidence in the knowing in who you are and what you embody. And on the other part of it, landing in the mineral, it also leans the knowledge of you being like an icon, like a leader, like a role model to the very people around you without you signing up an application and submitting it. It's like the spirit is doing it for you. Your energy is doing that for you. And people can register you as the leader in their world or someone that knows something. And they may want to get a whiff of that. And it's partly due to this spiritual or this otherworldly ring here that's showing up. By you honoring this role that you carry, honoring the spiritual part of you, the world get a whiff of your frequency, get a glimpse or get something about the expression of your energy is otherworldly. And it's truly because you embody this frequency because you live in it. You dwell in it. You connect with it so deeply. I don't know what some of you are doing or have done, but the devotion stone is showing up on the opposite side, next to your mineral stone, right next to it on this thread of energy. See, there is a saying that says, where a man focuses his time, you will find his heart. Where they're devoted to, where their energy is pouring into. And your heart is in community. Your heart is in the people around you. Though at times you may need to retract your energy for healing purposes, for spiritual matters that you're handling, because you are indeed a conduit. However, it's like you're being given information or you're being given tools and signs of how to best serve your community, how to best help the people around you, because your heart is devoted to weaving this spiritual web so that people can connect closer to one another. And you're listening to this. You're listening to this registration in your spirit, in your energies, because you know this by the way you communicate with people, by the way you articulate yourself to the world around you. It's like you have this higher knowing that people don't necessarily know that you have, but they can feel the difference in your energy. But when you communicate, when you articulate, when you walk in this world, it's something about you weaving the connections of how to bridge deeper bonds, how to bridge a community together. Because that is what it's all about. And you're devoted towards that. But there's something magical here. There's something otherworldly here that opens the door not only for you. Oh, I am getting for you in my download here. It's something in your world that connects you with the realm of spirit. And it opens the door for you to gain information, gain knowledge about matters of the spirit. You get up to date with information. That's one message that I'm seeing here. But what I'm also seeing here is that your energy breaks open the door for people to follow an alternative path by looking up to you, by seeing the way you move. But truth of the matter here is that you lean on this otherworldly energy. You lean on this side because I can see this opening that is landing us directly to the realm of the spirit. And the water stone is here next to your liberated stone, which we call the wedame. Anytime you refuse or don't have the time to express yourself out in a free way, there is something that happens here in the other world. And I'm reading the stones in advance. It's as if they fan this flame so that you don't refuse or you do not forget the authenticity of your energy, so that you don't deny the liberated part of you which connects you to the other world. And when you don't have the time to invest in this side, something in your spiritual body will kick in to usher in you the time to do so. What I'm sensing here is that there is something about your wisdom. The owl stone is here, and both of your wisdom stones are here. And this lets me know that there is a very intricate piece that's going on in the other world that makes you wise or keeps you wiser. What I'm sensing here is that freedom of your spirit, not being tamed, not being reduced down or confined. Yeah, anytime your energy shows up very rigid, very limited in this way, something happens in your body. Like I know this may sound like an oxymoron, but it's about logistics. It's about logic. And we connect logic with the mental, understanding and computing. However, what I'm getting here is that there is a spiritual logistics that is connected to the other world. And any time you shortchange or limit yourself from being free, they start to fan the flame. And something rises up in you. Something may rise up in your world, giving you time off very sporadically. You may have extra time off where you can enjoy yourself, where you can participate in activities because time has opened up for you to do so. There's something here in the logistics, the spiritual logistics of things that will not let the freedom part of you die. Wisdom will rise up in your world to connect you to this source of vitality, because it is connected to this information system that funneled this information through you and to this other world, this doorway that's open. That's what I'm seeing here in the stones. This is very interesting, and part of me, because I am feeling the flames here. But what's also happening here in the other world, not only am I seeing this spiritual logistics going on, what I'm also seeing is that your personal medicine is here. And what this means is that there is something hereditary surrounding the gift that you have. It comes from your bloodline. It comes from your heritage or a generation before you. And you have the baton in your hand now. But the obstacle is right next to it. Oh, this is very interesting. It's like there's something here in the message that says, maybe before, the generations before you had the opportunity to express this gift out, but something occurred where it did not get out at the level that it should have. But now that it is in your hand, or now that this gift has fallen in your lap, they have inputted this spiritual logistical system to ensure its success. And a part of its success has to do with the connection to the liberated part of you, so that the information surrounding your gift, so the information surrounding spiritual knowledge that is meant to reach this paradigm is able to come out through this doorway that is open, through the connectivity you have with the realm of spirit. This is a very large message here in the flame. And what I will do is I would like to dive a little bit deeper into your personal medicine stone and this obstacle. This is very interesting what I'm seeing here in the realm of the spirit, or in this fire. What is this personal medicine and this obstacle stone about for the collective? And in terms of this personal medicine stone and the obstacle stone that's landing itself in the spirit world or in the fire, the cards that came out were sensitivity, set boundaries, vibration, creative consciousness, history, and above. And what I'm downloading here is that there's something very sensitive in your energy, or you may be sensitive to energy. And there's something in the cards that is coming out in terms of you setting boundaries, energetic boundaries for yourself, because of what you're carrying, because of what your gift is. And this is a very sensitive matter, a sensitive time right now, because there's something in your vibration that is connected to your gift, what you're here to deliver. And in order for it to reach this paradigm or come out in this way, what I'm gathering here, give me 1 second, I am in the flame. What I'm gathering here is that it's almost like you've given birth to your gift, and it is a very sensitive time for you, or sensitive matter for this gift to come out. And it has to be on a certain vibration, or you have to be maintaining a certain vibration in order to see the birthing of this gift. And that is why the clause of this spiritual logistics is here. What I'm gathering here is that your spirit team or your spirit guides may not have successfully made this gift or had this gift transferred out into the paradigm. It may have sat in the heart and in the soul of your foremothers and your forefathers, because history came out again. What I was gathering about generations, something hereditary, history came out in the cards. There's something here about your lineage and this gift that is being passed down. And it may have not been given or successfully transferred to this paradigm from the generations before. But now that is in your lap, they were creative enough, or are being creative enough, to implement this spiritual logistical system into your body, into your physiological makeup, to let you know anytime you attempt to shut down or to minimize the liberated part of yourself, the flame heats up. Something in you starts to rise to keep you above or vibrating at a higher level, so that you can be on a vibrational level to ensure that this gift is maintained so that it can be birthed out. That's what I'm sensing here. I know this is very large, but in the flames, that's what I'm sensing. But what I'm also gathering here is that there is something powerful in your sensitivity and your ability to compute and download or to feel energies. Before, you may have thought it set you back. Before, you thought it was a barrier for you, a challenge, a hurdle, that you could not connect with people on the same wavelength or the same vibration that they were on. You didn't quite fit in. You didn't have the same energy to go the levels that people could go. And you always thought that it was a you thing, and you are right in that regard. Because the truth of the matter here is you were vibrating on a certain energetic wavelength to maintain or to hold a creative consciousness. There's a difference in your consciousness. And creative came out, which lets me know this has everything to do with your gift. And that's why the liberated part of you is so important. That's why this clause was set in place, because there's something in your creative energy that is connected to the delivery of your gift. And historically, it may have been a challenge in the times that your mothers and your grandfathers struggled with, but they did not have the capacity to be creative, to be an innovator. But now there is a turn in history where your energy is meeting a very unique threshold in the current consciousness where you can rise above, where you can be at a certain energetic space to maintain the gift that you carry and bring it forth. And it's about the liberated part of you. The more you stay liberated, the more your energy stays free. The gift is emerging. The gift is being birthed through this canal, through this opening that you connect with when you create this spiritual container for yourself, or when you tap into the spiritual side of yourself. And when people get a whiff of that energy, when you step out into the open, and they know that you are a leader, they know that you're carrying something. This is what they're feeling, because you're trying to maintain this vibration. You are maintaining this vibration, and they can feel the contrast in the consciousness that you carry, because you're carrying a creative consciousness holding the gift that's buried deep within you. And anytime you step into the spiritual realm or the spiritual side of yourself, you're nurturing in your gift. You're nurturing it down closer to the paradigm that you live in. And the opening is here, because I can see it in the stones. This opening lets me know that you've held this container long enough that it is bridging the gap in the energies to make its way down, birthing your gift to this paradigm. Very powerful message in the flames, and I am feeling the heat. Very large message, you guys. Thank you all for being here with me in tonight's healing circle. And if you stayed thus far in this very heated reading, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, or comment below to let me know how these messages are showing up in your world. And with that being said, at this time, I'm going to change the trajectory of this energy a bit and jump back into the stones to see what other messages the higher energy has for us tonight. But I'm jumping back in the stones, but there is a continuity here in the shells. This energy surrounding your obstacle stone, your personal medicine stone, is kind of continuing down into nature, into the realm of magic, into the space of change for you. And the doll that represents you is here sitting on this pile of shells and you're face up like a deer caught in headlights, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. In real time, you're puzzled with all these energies and frequencies moving, and you're staying connected. You're staying in tune with it, trying to ride this very muddy jungle to keep going down your path. And what I'm sensing here in the stones is that you know in your energy that something has always riddled your family system. You may have seen this obstacle show up. Like you may have seen your family stay in certain cycles, certain repetitive situations that even when you try to communicate with them the issues that they're facing, it falls on deaf ears. It's probably like you can see this energy in real time. But for you, your story is a little bit different. It's like you're taking a different pathway. You're taking a different route from going down the same way that your forefathers, even the current energies in your family systems are dealing with. It's like you see it, but you're moving different. And this may be challenging for you or befuddling you at this time because you're leading the way. You know the baton is in your hand. And it's very clear that you're marking your territory or you're moving down this very treacherous path, this jungle without anyone in front of you clearing the way. You're taking one step at a time, putting one foot in front of the other, moving forward. And I can see here at your feet, on one side is your Beru stone, signifying this ancient imprint in you that knows. It's like this spiritual literacy you have. Even though you're in the jungle, you still know where to go. You still know where you're headed because there's something in your DNA that lets you know that you've landed in this place. And you would not be here if you did not have the answers, if you did not know something in your gut that has guided you here. There's an intuitive knowing, a spiritual literacy here that has advanced you. Though you may not have clarity on exactly what it is that you're in, you have enough confidence to know that if you keep going, you're going to go down the right path. You're going to figure it out one way or the other. And on the opposite leg here, or on the opposite foot here, is your action stone, your brilliant stone, and your action stone again. You are a trooper. And you keep going no matter what. That has been the quintessential lesson for you in life, and it has fortified you. It has kept you on this path. Though it comes with a lot of change, but it's about your excelling, something about moving forward. And every time you move forward, you gain a little bit more clarity. You get a little bit more closer to the light. And as you step forward, there's something that always synchronizes you to the creative endeavors that you take. It's like on one end, you may live on a very professional path where you're working and living and attached to the mundane world. But then the other side is almost like you live very free. You live in this magical space where you're able to create and things that excite you, things that fortify you, keeps you moving forward. It shows up in your world. It always reveals itself on its path because your brilliant stone is here. And that lets me know, no matter how jungled your world may be, there's something that always reveals itself. The light always reveal itself one way or the other. And it keeps you fortified. It keeps you moving. This may be activities that you randomly find, connecting you closer to the creative side of you, expressing this creativity. It's like you always do something. I don't know what this creativity is, but there is something fulfilling in your energy, and it always finds you, or you always find it. Very interesting message here. I would like to see very briefly what this creativity is about, because your clarity stone is sitting right on top of it. It's like I'm seeing you walking through this very heavy jungle, and this map that you have is more so in your gut. This GPS system is in your gut, and it keeps you moving forward. And every step of the way, you find a squirrel to eat. You find something that keeps fueling you. You find activities. You find different events that express your creative side, that lets you know that I haven't died yet. I'm still out here thriving. And that is giving you some degree of fulfillment. I don't know what this is, but I'm going to pull some cards very briefly to see what this energy is about. What is this creativity and path of wisdom stone about? And the cards that came out in terms of your creativity and your path of wisdom stones were knowing the difference beyond the physical, authenticity, oxygen, cutting, and light. And what I'm downloading here is that there's something in this thread of energy, or something in your world right now is creating a degree of separation from the spiritual world for you and the mundane world. And there's something in you that knows your frequency goes beyond the physical. It's like a world within another world, or a world on outside of another world. And somehow you can authentically live in both dimensions. But where you breathe the most is in the realm of nature, in the realm that also allows you to be more of a creator. Yeah, what I was sensing before in your steps. Living in the mundane world, and also living on a side more spiritual, more magical, where you can see the light. But not only are you seeing the light because the light came out, it gives you a breath of fresh air. And as I'm seeing the cards, it's like you're cutting out more and more of things that make you feel rigid, that keeps you in a system, that keeps you structure in a way where you feel confined. You're learning or gathering the courage on your path, on your creative path, that's gaining you a lot of insight to say that you have the energy to move forward, to go a little bit beyond the physical. You can exist in a very powerful way outside of the mundane, and something in your world is revealing that to you. And this confidence in your actions to move forward is also allowing you to cut down the trees in front of you, because as I saw before, you are carving out your own path, moving in your own direction. Because of the obstacles that you have seen before, you're moving differently. And as you tread down your own path, you're creatively finding ways to maneuver yourself, cutting out the trees. But these trees are also energies, people that are no longer aligning with you, things that are no longer aligning with you, certain work environments that may not be conducive to this more liberated side of you, giving yourself a chance to breathe again. There's something here that I'm downloading, is that the longer you stay in this more rigid space, the more suffocated you feel. And as you tread down this path, you're wanting to get lighter. You're wanting to see the day of light in this way. So you're finding creative ways to maneuver yourself in this paradigm. that is what I'm seeing here in the stones. This is a very convoluted or interesting message here, and I hope that it makes sense. Thank you all for joining me in tonight's healing circle with this very unique thread of energy here. What I'm sensing is that there's a lot of energy surrounding you being a creator. And the more you express this out, the world is going to get a whiff of the jungle that you have come from or came out of. See, the reason why it's landing in nature, people are not seeing this in you. It's like you're being invisible. People can't see you because you're treading through treacherous terrains, taking step by steps in order to create, or learning that you can create a new way for yourself, a new path for yourself. And when you step out, just like the energy spoke to initially about you being seen, people see this dichotomy in your energy. People see the difference in your frequency. It's like they can connect with you, but for so much, because it offers up a level of confusion. Because how are you moving in this way? They don't understand it, but they can see the power in it. They look up to you, but they don't want to go down this treacherous path, or they see you coming out of the woods and saying, where the hell did you come from? But the energy in you when you step out is really quite unique. But what you're doing is you're opening up a different portal within this paradigm, an alternative path that people can follow if they're courageous enough. Period. Thank you all for joining me in tonight's healing circle. And with that being said, because I'm so hot, I am literally sweating, I'm going to take this time to come down and close out tonight's healing circle. And I will see you all at the next.